Okay, so I've got two topics for this video. One is pretty much targeted towards my guild, just in the sense that there are one or two newcomers again, so I'm just trying to discuss what we do regarding territory battles. The other thing I want to just touch upon is farming, and I know there are a lot of guides out there, so I'm just going to explain what I'm trying at the moment. And I'm going to use the other farming guides as well, just to sort of explain where I am in them. Okay, so I'm just going to get onto territory battles first of all. So as you can see, we've got a current one in Hoth going on, so no big surprises there. We aren't ever going, well, hopefully we'll get to Geonosis at one point, but I might have grey hair by then. So let's just get into it. As you can see, I'm on my Crimson account. I've got one on my phone as well, but I'm not trying to sync that up to the computer just yet. So this is the first phase of Hoth, the Rebel Assault, and the idea is we've got 1, 2, 3 battles, we've got a deployment section, and we've also got platoons. Let's get my words out right. Now, this is the order that you do a territory battle in. When you log in, this is how you do it. First of all, you should have an email in your Discord. Well, not an email, a message. It'll tell you whether you should put platoons down. This is for my guild in particular. If you're not from Endor Shadows, you might have a different way of doing it, but this is how we're doing it. So you'll have been told where to put your platoons, so we're quite good. Someone's filled them. Okay. Once your platoons are done, what goes on is you go for this, the special mission. So in this instance, it required Phoenix 2 stars. So I'd got 2-star Phoenix, so I think I got through this one with my Crimson account. I'm not sure, but the idea is you try and get through as many battles as you can. If you can't complete it, it doesn't matter too much, but the more that complete it, the more rewards we get. So as you can see, 7 guild event tokens, they tally up in the end, so do try to get them done. After that, what you try and do is you try and get your light side battles done, so these 2 here. Now, again, if at our stage of a guild, we're still working on our Phoenix, our Basilisk squads, so really you could probably expect to do one of these if you've got a good B squad. If not, then the main aim then is just to deploy. So you click on the center one here, click deploy here, all done. Okay, so this is where the next 2 phases come in. So I've got 2 phases here. So what day are we on now? Tuesday. So Tuesday we're going to have platoon deployments again. So once again, you check your messages, see if you've been told to deploy there, or if you've been told to deploy there. If you're wondering which one it is, it will tell you either Rebel supply lines, or let me just see, it'll tell you, let me click on it, Ion Cannon Blast or Ion Cannon Mission. So it'll give you an indication of where you've got to go. If you've got any units that need deploying, pop them in there. After that, the idea is you do the special mission, which is here. That's Rogue One only, so chances are for our guild we won't be able to do that, but if you've got a Rogue One only team, then you'll be able to do it. After that, the idea is missions, so we've got light side 3-star there, we've got light side 3-star there, and we've got Rebels 3-star, 5 units required with Hoth Rebel Soldier. So this is where it gets a little bit complicated, because the idea is we need this dude. And he's not hard farm, but I don't think I've got him on my JT account either. Let me just have a look on the farming guide. Yeah, I haven't got him. I've got Hoth Rebel Scout, but I haven't got Soldier. So as a guild, this is what we have to work towards together. So together we need to try and get Hoth Rebel Soldier. Equally, I think it might be in this phase the next day. Let me have a look. Yeah, the next day Hoth Rebel Scouts required. So that's at 4-star. So once again, something we need to work towards. I believe on day 5 it is. Maybe I'm wrong there. Was it day 7? Put it like this, on one of these days there will be a requirement that requires Captain on solo. Day 7 requires Rebel Officer Leia Organa. Where is she? Where is Han? I know there's a Han mission. Captain On, where are you? Is it this one? Oh no, that's CLS. Phoenix. Hoth Rebel Scout. I'll probably get this at the last one. This one, surely. Oh, don't take me away. No, that's Rolo as well. Maybe it's because Han unlock something. Anyway, I know there is a Han one. So the idea is we've got to work towards it together. Ah, that's it. Han isn't required on this one. Okay, never mind. That was me just spitballing. So yeah, general idea is we'll just work towards getting these units together. So it's a bit like with the Empire one as well. I was asked the other day what you should go for in the guild store. Stark is the big one for the Empire. He's always in the territory battles, so the idea is get him and Veers starred and geared up. They make a very good duo in an Imperial Troopers team, so getting Stark ready, that's important. Just as far as the other Imperial Troopers go, just as far, because I know we're on the light side territory battles now, but it is worth talking about for the dark side. Like I say, I've got Stark and Veers, they're both at 7 and 5 respectively. I'd like to get Range and Snowtrooper up to 5, and then after that it's a choice between those two really, because I don't think Death Trooper or Shore Trooper I'm going to get anytime soon. So at that lot it's probably going to be Magna Trooper, just because Galactic War Store's more easier to farm in. But yeah, the idea is just try and find a good 5, and that way you've got a very good Imperial Troopers team. So that's very good when you've got the Veers and Stark mission, which I believe is phase 5 of the dark side territory battle. So that's why you want Stark. Equally, Captain Han Solo, I'm sure he's involved somewhere, I just don't know where exactly off the top of my head. I can't show you because I haven't got Cantina battles unlocked far enough. But he is unlocked somewhere there, so let's just try and search for him. Captain Han. Oh, Captain Ham. There we go. So I've got 9 shards of him already. He's 7D, so, and you can purchase him, but just don't even go down that route. You don't even unlock him in Folly, which is disgusting. But anyway, so yeah, it's a good place to farm him. I wouldn't be too concerned about struggling to get him. Now, farming. On our Discord server, and you might discuss this in other guilds, we've been talking about the best way to farm. Now, this is Warrior's Guide. Obviously, it's got his name up there and his channel insignia, logo, whatever. And I'll admit, I like this farming guide. I think it's quite simple to follow. So, for instance, we've got Sabine and Range Trooper from Dark Side farming. We've got Veers and Talia from Light Side. So, the way I see it is, Sabine isn't that hard to farm if you focus your energy. Same with Range Trooper. The trouble is when you decide to split. Now, that's what I did. And this is why I've struggled with Crimson. I decided to pump 100 energy into Sabine each day, 100 energy into Range Trooper each day. That sort of works until you pretty much hit a roadblock and you continually get 0 shards. So my advice would be pick one out of them 2 and farm them. So if I was advising someone to avoid my mistakes following this, it'd be just pick one. So I'd go for Range Trooper and Veers out of the Dark Side and Light Side there. Do 100 energy on Range Trooper, 25 crystals on a refresh. Then when you get your 100 energy again, either via refresh or your bonus energy, go for Range Trooper again. Same process for Veers. Then after you've done that, do Sabine and Talia. Now, I've said this as well, I wouldn't go for Talia personally. I think there's a better Night Sister somewhere out there. So I would advise not going for her. I'd skip straight to either the Dark Side again with Bastila or Jolie. Personally, I wouldn't even go for Sabine first. I'd go for Bastila and Jolie first. But the way I see it is if you really want to get, not Phoenix, if you want to get Phantom 2 unlocked, you're going to need Sabine. So I've unlocked her, but I haven't really focused on her for a while. So if I was you, I would get her unlocked, but then focus on Bastila and Jolie, because they're going to push the Jedi team that you probably go through an arena with for a while at least. Anyway, Veers, like I've said, you should go for him. Good Imperial Trooper, good leader, well, at least in an Imperial Trooper team, so no-brainer. So, yeah, after that, I feel like it does make a lot of sense in the first phase. I wouldn't really go for Kira too hard. I mean, I unlocked her, and she did do me well with the Scoundrels and the Smugglers Run and the Credit Heist, but I haven't really focused on gearing her, so I can't really comment much more. I would advise going for her, but I'd maybe put it on a back burner, especially to Hera and Ezra. Also, I did start on crew, and I had to stop for one simple reason. As I said, I was focusing on my Jedi, and whilst old Ben is there, I didn't particularly want to farm him just yet, so I've gone for Plo Koon. Now, people might say, what's the fuss about Plo Koon? If I go into me guild, into my characters, it's this ability, Take Charge. Now, just show you this level 7 ability. All allies gain defense up 4 turns, that's nothing, but clone and Jedi allies gain 50% turn meter. Now, if you look at my Jedi squad, so let me get the squads up, and I'll try and get rid of that at the bottom. Come on, stop showing everyone what I'm doing. There we go. So, as you can see, Jedi squad. Got Bastila, Kanan, Ezra, Jolie, Plo. Now, Plo is quite easily the fastest player on my team. So, let's pick him up again. If I go on stats, speed of 185, 71 with mods. Compare that to anyone else, so let's go for Ezra for instance. Here we go. My Ezra, he goes 171, 40 with mods. So Plo will always be the first on my team. So the way I see it is, Plo can go first, and then he can give every Jedi in my team 50% turn meter from the off, which just means that everyone gets a go straight away. Brilliant for Bastila because she can give Ezra all the buffs. Jolie can call an assist for Ezra, so it usually results in a one or two turn knockout for a big player. So if I'm coming against a Thrawn, my strategy is always Plo to take the first turn, then hopefully Bastila can get an ability block out, or either via Jolie calling an assist for Bastila, or I can use the buffs to give them to Ezra, and he can do a 1-2 on Thrawn, for instance. So for me, it's always a good tactic. Plo, and he then speeds the rest of them up. It's never that straightforward because it all depends on the opposition speed as well, but I do like it, and I would advise anyone who thinks Plo isn't that good to look at it at the very least. So that is one issue I have about that. I think old Ben is good, don't get me wrong. I think he's a brilliant tank. If anything, I'm using him on my JT account with pretty much the same team other than Jolie and Grandmaster Yoda. But personally, I think Plo's got benefits that maybe a lot of YouTubers tend to miss. That's my view anyway. I would like your thoughts. I did also forget to point out one more thing regarding Plo. I feel like I'm the Plo Koon fan club here, but his basic's quite good as well. If you get the Omega on it, max it out, deal physical damage to the target enemy and dispel a random positive status effect on them with a 50% chance to dispel all positive status effects instead. So whilst it is a 50% chance that you get rid of everything, it's still a good chance. And considering this is a legacy character, it wasn't someone who's come out recently, it's an old character, I'd take that. If anything, you don't know if there's going to be a rework. You don't know if you might suddenly get 100% chance to dispel on Omega. So again, I am not saying, wow, you have to go for this, but I do believe Plo is getting a hard time from some of the bigger YouTubers. So that's my opinion, but anyway, get back to the farming guide just for a moment. So after that, I do agree with the rest of this, because as I've said, Stark you need, Chopper you need for Phoenix as you do with Kanan, Boba and Greedo you need for bounty hunters in the long run, so definitely worth getting. Same with Zeb, same with Cad, no explanations needed here. Darkseid, as I've indicated, this is Pillar 2 here. As it's been indicated, Jolie and Bastila definitely need, so I'd actually nudge them along to Phase 1, Pillar 1 personally. Ewok Elder and First Order Stormtrooper, I have got them, I wouldn't focus on them yet. Especially if you're going with an Empire Darkseid team. If you want to go First Order, then yes, definitely go for First Order Stormtrooper. It all depends where you're going, because as you can see, this second pillar is all geared towards getting BB-8. And that is what I want to do in my next phase. However, I believe the pillars are slightly wrong here, because Jedi Revan, for me, is the one you should go for next. So in that instance, I would shift both the First Order farms here and go for Mission Vow and T3M4. That way, it gets you revving a little bit faster. Equally, I would also go for Zalbar for that reason from the light side. So that is where I'm a little irritated, because I feel like Warrior's Guide is maybe a bit of the old way of doing it with a bit of the new, instead of going what should be the new. So personally, I'd put Kylo First Order in place of T3 Mission, Zalbar instead of First Order. I'd still get First Order Officer at this point, because you're going to need him at some point, and Cantina's story is a little bit different to the rest of them. But I would definitely focus on getting them first. So yeah, after that, it is pretty straightforward. I wouldn't really go for Captain Phasma now. I would skip her and go for someone else in Galactic Store, because even though she's accessible as First Order, I believe there are better First Order units out there. I mean, Warriors doesn't include the optimal First Order team in my view. It's just the best way to get the units. And for me, the First Order TIE Pilot, while slightly harder to get because it's a light side / dark side farm, you also can get the unit via Fleet Store. So I would definitely think about subbing him in instead. After that, again, I'm not really going to comment too much on the next three pillars, just for the fact that I don't think there's anything of note that I would change. Like I say, I'd just shift a few things around, but yeah, I think the majority is pretty much bang on as far as order of priority. Now, one last thing. We've got the farming guide here as well. A bit hard to see, I'll grant you that, but I'll try and work with what I've got. So this is generally what we need. So this is where I am at the moment. I've got my Phoenix, I've got Thrawn, I need to get Emperor Palpatine. I missed him the first time around, so I need to get him the second. Got Tarkin, got Vader, got TIE Fighter Pilot, even though he's a bit weak, but I don't believe those 5 are going to be anywhere near ready fast enough to get R2, let alone the other units to get CLS, so I'm not even thinking about CLS yet. However, Jedi Knight Revan, his event is on as I speak, and I have got none of these bar Bastila and Jolie. So my priority now is going to be to focus on these 5. I'm going to try and get them unlocked, I'm going to try and get them ready, and that way, when the next event comes around, hopefully I can get Revan. Equally, I'm not focusing on these, but I am going to try and dip my toe in a little bit and try and get 1 or 2 of them. That way, if I can nudge along to Darth Revan even, I know I can get it. So that's the way I'm working on Crimson. With my JT account, which is, for those of you who don't know, my JT account is an older account. I started it in 2017, had a quick go of the game, didn't really get into it at the time. Picked it up last year, and I'm in a 3-year-old shard, so naturally I'm full. I've got Revens all everywhere, and I'm just sitting there with my Bastila squad. So I'm really just trying to enjoy that shard as much as I can. But I'm sort of catching up on there. I'm just about to get CLS this time on there. I've got Yoda, I've got Emperor and Thrawn. I've even got Chimera. There was a bug with that though. I think I managed to get to the Chimera thanks to having Home 1. I had Biggs and I had the Ghost and Phantom. I didn't have Wedge and I didn't have Cassian or the other U-Wing. So yeah, I was a little bit lucky on that, I will give it that. But I'm just unlocking Wedge now, so hopefully that'll at least count in my favour. I should have got it by now. But yeah, I've still got to get First Order and BB-8 and Rey. That's taking forever. I've unlocked Chewie at 6 stars, but that's still going to take a bit of time as far as working that through. Han's at 6, hopefully he'll be at 7 soon if we can get the raids done soon enough. But C-3PO is my next priority on JT, because I think I need a full CLS team to at least be competitive in my arena shard. I'm managing to stay around the 300s, but I'd like to push a little higher just to get more crystals each day. So that is my priority there. But I think with my JT shard, I'm going to just pass over the Revens for a while, because by the time I actually get them, probably Revan will be irrelevant in arena. So I'm just going to keep my eye out on other things, just see if there's anything worth farming. I'm keeping my eye on clones and the Separatists, just in case anything in them factions becomes meta. So if you're like me, you've got an old shard and you're just catching up, that's what I'd advise to do. But equally, if you're like my Crimson account and you're just starting off, I would go heavy on Jedi Knight Revan. Make sure you got your Jedi for the Yoda squad. So they suggest here Kane and Ezra, Old Ben, and I think they suggest these two as well. Yep, Jolien, Bastel, and maybe even Juani. So sure, cool what you do there. I personally would go for Plo because of the reasons I mentioned, but yeah, I would. That's the squad I'm pushing to get Grandmaster Yoda. Plo will go out of the team eventually, so will Kanan, and even Ezra will go eventually when I get Revan. But for now, it's a good 5-man squad. So I'm curious what you guys think. So it was a weird video this. I was bringing up a couple of topics I've been in my guild chat recently, so I'm just curious what other people think. So whether it's in guild chat, comments on YouTube, wherever, let me know. And thank you for listening and watching. See you folks, bye for now.